Flip a coin.
As long as I don't see the picture of JD and the toast come out, then I know we're still all right.
And you know we're good.
We're good.
You're not quite toast.
I can hear
That's
Hugard
still,
yelling at us right now.
I know, right?
oh man, it is. It's funny you say that. I have one of his. If you guys have seen his, when he has that, if you ever watch any of his videos, it says, "Do sharks complain about Monday?" Have you ever seen that behind him when he
No.
does any? You know which one I'm talking about, JD?
I haven't seen that.
Order
but it
filled.
sounds pretty
Biting
funny.
stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's a little bit.
Order filled.
I wouldn't say it was R rated, but it's just funny. He says, do sharks complain about Monday? They're up early, biting stuff, chasing shit, being scared, and
Order
and
filled.
biting everyone. They're a effing shark.
Order
I
filled.
mean, it's just
Top of the food
he's
chain,
just
yeah.
one of those guys, man. That
Yeah.
love his mindset. That was actually a good out, by the way. I like the way the opening range trade limits the risk.
Yes.
In
It's
crude
very
oil you're looking
mechanical.
at? Yeah, that was a good out.
You know what I
Very
mean?
mechanical.
I mean, you're
You don't
just
have to think.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really was a
I
good
think
out.
the gold's fine. I think the gold's gonna take that top out.
I agree.
It just keeps pushing that way. It's just like it feels the longer it takes, with the V-shaped move of it, I get it. Copper, I kind of watch, like when it hangs like this, I'll lean on looking at what copper's doing, what silver's doing to see if they're, and copper's kind of bounced back here a little bit. And it's actually hanging in there. As long as one of the other metals to me sometimes too isn't just crapping out, it gives me a little bit more, faith that we might have some more. And there's another market that's pretty lethal is copper.
Copper.
These metal markets, yeah. They used to be part of the Goldman, when I used to trade in the Goldman Sachs pit at Hogue. We used to do like the London metals numbers would come through, and I was an ag trader, and I had to start knowing about tin, aluminum.
Oh, geez.
It was because that stuff would come through from London like midday, and we'd get an adjustment, and then the index would move like 30, 40 points, and then everybody runs for the broker. But yeah, I had a conversation with my brother about that the other day. I said the Goldman Sachs pit to me was the one that told me that I needed to eventually start to look, that the pit trader was going to be go away, because they put that kiosk in the pit, and he could just tap that with his little stylus and you're filled.
Yep.
And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what do they need a local for if he can just,
right.
And Globex just kind of gained steam, and here we are 25 years later,
Yep. But I started hearing hoop in 1987 that we had 2 years left on the floor.
Heard about it every day. This is it.
Hey, JD, did your dad ever have, like, I know he was a grain trader, so you probably didn't, but I remember when I was
order filled,
I got a DTN, which was satellite. That's the only way you could get a feed, because AOL was basically your internet back then. But I used to have, used to get NYMEX quotes when NYMEX first opened. Hogue, you could trade crude, natural gas, and I had no idea. I'm like, am I the only idiot trading in the overnight? And look what that's become. So we're soon to probably be 24/7, which is scary.
Yikes.
Yeah. Hey, pull up my chart a minute, and I'm gonna show you how this is, Hogue. This is kind of how commodities are a little bit different than equities. At least they were until this last debacle. But that's a cattle chart, and you talk about a market was in a trend, and and I'm kind of going back, and that yellow line is yearly VWAP. Okay. So all of a sudden the market starts to show a little wiggle where it's not making, and those are contract highs. All of a sudden the market pulls back, and the pullback comes right to the 200-day. And this is where I try and keep it, I think, simpler in terms of when I feel moves are kind of, you're still in an uptrend, but you're looking for a pullback. And cattle is a perfect example. You get below the yearly VWAP, you kind of hit the 200-day, you bounce, you kind of hang around there, blow through it again, and then you just come right back and take out all-time highs again. Very gold-like, and now tariff news comes, you make all-time highs and you start to pull back. So I just think, like you've always said, Hogue, is that other markets outside of the equities until this last, couple months of breaking down, when they go, I have to learn to lean. My thing is I haven't been a great short. And the thing is, when markets go, and I think traders have realized over the last couple of months, you just down days and down trends just tend to be super fast. So there's not a lot of consolidation. Sometimes you just need to just, like watching Mo lean into that short yesterday. I'm like, okay, I used to be able to do that. I used to, hit stops, in the pit and just, watch all the people around me just bury a broker and just, watch the vacuum happen. And I have to learn to become a better short trader again.
And it's, when it's already going that way, it's so difficult
It's tough
to sell at a lower price.
JD, you said that the other day, right, man? Yeah. How do I sell the lows?
Low by lower.
Yeah.
It's not the low.
It's the mantra. You got to get it stuck in your head. Sell low, buy back lower.
Yep.
We just hit 6-to-1 R on this gold trade.
I'm waiting for the air horn.
Right.
About
as soon as I hear the air horn, I'll exit.
Ed Horn will have the air horn, so it's ready to go.
Coach Vince is sharing some gold levels. We get to 32.56.50, locking a protective stop at 32.46.50.
Yeah.
Heard. Thank you, Vince. Well, Eddie, we got we haven't hit our news
Vince
yet.
Already gave it.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. We did hit the news.
Oh, we have. We hit our.
You're getting
staring at gold.
We're gonna do news again, but we're gonna do it backwards.
See, and the bonds weaken, and so do the equities. That's kind of see that,
Yeah.
Kind of seeing that more and more. I think the equities, interest rates are going to become a big deal.
Got some comments from Collins just hitting the wire here right now. Bigger the tariff, the larger the economic impact. Markets continue to function well. Well, thank you very much, Joan Collins. Tariffs will push up inflation. Tariff announcements are very significant. And Collins did say that China trade issues are very big for the economy. And it's hard to invest in times of big uncertainty. The warm biscuit here, U.S.-China tariff hikes are extremely concerning. Yes, Collins, you're not telling us nothing new.
What,
and that's what we got
what a revelation.
What a revelation. My goodness. Thank goodness Collins came on today.
A revelation.
Maybe he needs a Tom Collins, maybe.
That's
How about
it
that?
is.
Yeah.
Tom Collins, Joan Collins.
This Friday.
Phil
I'll take one of those.
It's one of those, yes. But
Phil
hey,
Collins.
we are running out of time here, and I want to make sure that we get through. Let you know who's going to be here today for Top Step TV. Coming up here in Fast Market, we've got Mohammed and Jerome, number 49 on the big board. Aaron Luce is going to join us here around maybe 10 a.m. for a drop-in to say hello. Peter Tuckman today at 11. We also do have, don't forget, Hogue's Recap. Trade with TopStep. Ben T, Coach J, and JD are going to be with us. Lunchbox Trading, we got Coach Vince.
Order filled.
The updates and Coach Hogue, or just plain old Hogue with his VIP updates. Join us at 1 o'clock. Bonnie will be back here for Top Quiz. I'm going to try to have that Top Quiz out at 1 with Bonnie. Also, VIP Lounge, Coach Who, David G, and JD. And the end of the day, we've got Jerome D, number 49 on the big board, Coach Dakota, number 5 on the big board. And remember Mandy F? I can't wait to have her back here again. She's going to join
That's
us
my
for Power
VIP.
Hour with Toby. So that's what we got here. But as far as fast markets, trading buddy number 49, Jerome and Mohammed are ready to turn up the heat in fast markets, number 49 on the big board. Jerome continues his hot streak. Let's see if he'll make it 11 winning days in a row. And Mo had a big day in his 2-day trading combines yesterday, putting up $4,500 in each. Good stuff here, good stuff. So before we say hasta la vista, baby, let's go around the horn here. And any last comments here from JD? Any comments before we take a break?
I got my eyes locked on this gold trade right now. We saw some selling pressure coming in just a minute ago. I'm going to be checking this thing out all morning long, guys. We got some. We're looking for new all-time highs. As soon as we hear that siren go off for new all-time highs, we'll start considering closing out this trade. But we got some decent equity in it right now.
All right. Hubenstein, what do you got, buddy?
Hey,
I'm glad it's Friday. I think it's been a long week. I've been staying up late. So yeah, I'm glad it's Friday. I think today, just stay patient, and then I guess tariffs is still in us, and I want a pew 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 here. Gold, come on.
It's what Coach Vince
just won't do it.
Pew pew pew.
Pew pew.
Hogue, are you okay?
But I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah. I'm buying them. Buy them.
He's buying
them.
them.
Come on.
Hogue's buying gold.
Buy them.
Get in there, Hogue. Get in there.
And of
What's
course,
offered?
Hogue, your
What's
closing
offered?
comments there.
Keep breathing. JD, that includes you.
Breathing. I'm breathing.
Stay
In
humble,
with the
pray
out
for
here.
creative and
Out with the
centered
bad.
in your trading today, and pray for peace, everybody.
There you go. There you go. Stick around. Like I said, we got a big day here at Top Step TV. And hey, remember to participate. Be part of that Top Step YouTube chat TV thing. Lots of great people here in the chat and lots of good stuff. And just getting that air horn ready. We are just about knocking on the door here. We're going to take a little time out. We're going to come back here with fast markets. So quick, go grab yourself a coffee, refresh your bourbon, fill up that hot chocolate, grab a sandwich, whatever you need to do. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We promise.
Why Top Step? Because traders shouldn't have to risk everything to participate in the markets. And since 2012, we've provided capital to over 10,000 futures traders just like you. From the pits in Chicago to screens in over 143 countries, we've been motivated by one simple idea. We don't care who you are or where you learn to trade. If you pass TopStep's trading evaluation, you'll be invited to trade with our capital in a fully funded account. As a TopStep funded trader, you keep 90% of profits and we take the losses. We also offer educational resources for all levels, live classes, and free group coaching from a team with over a century of professional trading experience. We're invested in your success. So what are you waiting for? Ditch the brokerage account, start learning by doing, and become a TopStep funded trader today.
So Gabe and I were looking for dinner, and Gabe sees this restaurant in Fontainebleau, and he's like, let's just go in. And I said, great, it looks good, let's do it. We didn't look at the prices because they're not listed online, and well, it's time to ball out. We have here essentially a smoked old fashioned. I'm gonna give the first taste test now. Hogue, you gotta break the streak. Hogue, you gotta drink this.
First taste test here. Absolutely delicious. Well worth the $55.
Black garlic parmesan tear apart bread. Give it a try. This is bread tube. They released bread tube and they didn't tell anybody.
Order filled.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. A little squeeze of lemon on top. Some little fancy sauce. This one is a hot sauce. A little hot sauce. And then bottoms up. Give it a spoon. Don't need no spoon. Absolutely incredible.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take an East Coast oyster. I'm gonna start off with making sure I get a nice healthy portion of some fresh lemon juice. And I'm gonna go ahead and dress it with a little bit of this red wine vinaigrette. Gotta have a little bit of spice to it. So I'm gonna add a couple drops of hot sauce just for a little extra, zazz. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little cocktail sauce on it. Bottoms up. Perfect medium rare. Smells fantastic. Let's do a little first test. Cheers.
I don't even know where to begin. It looks so beautiful, but let's just start. Cheers. That's insane. It's like butter.
All right, my friends. So we've had a total of 6 choices of enhancements for our steak tonight.
We did. They took 3 of them away. That's okay. That's okay. No big deal. We still have a good set of 3. We have a chimichurri. We have a chimichurri. We have a steak sauce. We have a horseradish sauce. If I had to rank them, I would rank the other 3. They're gone. To rank these, 1, 100% the steak sauce. 1, instant classic 1. Chimichurri, 2, incredible. Horseradish is great on steak, but like these 2, I'm telling you.
Now, the other 3 that we had were an A poivre. We also had a, what was it? Started with B. What was the other one?
On the far right is the Bordelaise.
We had a Béarnaise sauce, right? No. Hollandaise sauce. And then something with like a
Bordeaux?
Bordeaux.
Order filled.
Oh, that works too. Too classy for my ability to even recall it, but delicious. I'm gonna actually have to give the chimichurri a number 1 for me.
So we have a vanilla bean creme brulee. I'm assuming I'm gonna call them cookies because I'm not intelligent enough to say what they could be. Some fresh fruit on top. I'm gonna be bold and say maybe mascarpone cheese on the top. Oh wow. I'm gonna try and get okay. Alright, not the most elegant, but you know what?
Using his fingers and everything.
5-star restaurant.
Sorry, MP.
It's lighter than air. The crystallized sugar on top really doesn't seep into the custard too much. It really is just like a nice little topping. 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5?
My signature rating.
Okay. Look at that jiggle.
What do you mean?
Look at that jiggle. I believe this is the Tahitian vanilla bean. A little dollop of that. Fingers in as well. Bon appetit. That's probably the best creme brulee I've had in my entire life. The berries give it a nice little tang. The vanilla is just enough to accent that custard. And as you said, I think that the amount of caramelizing that they did to that sugar is not overwhelming. And of course, you gotta cleanse the palate with the last little drop of bourbon.
Final bill, above or below, $300.
No questions about it, above.
Okay,
Pre-tip or post-tip?
let's say pre.
Definitely above.
Above 300. All right, let's find out.
Let's see.
Above or below 300.
Wait.
Above. Don's at the Fontainebleau. I mean, wow. I mean, incredible steak, incredible bread, incredible cocktails, incredible mashed potatoes, incredible creme brulee. I would eat it 10 out of 10 times. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yep, absolutely. 10 out of 10, no questions asked. If I could give it more legally, I would. For the money, well spent. If you're ever in Vegas, come check out Don's Prime in the Fontainebleau. Shout out to Taj, shout out to Isaiah, and shout out to Rob. Our servers and hospitality was just
Incredible.
absolutely amazing. So shout out to them. And yeah, come check them out if you're ever in Vegas.
Anyway, this is TopStep TV.
Let's go!
That was my entry, the pullback. Sucks saying this.
Order filled. the market is trying to seek balance. It's trying to seek an area where two-sided trade get into return. Opening in range, high of value is approximately 53.54 on this platform. Low of value 52.38. Settlement is 53.2. We're right at the 15% off the all-time high. I'm going to be looking at what are we doing there? Are we going to accept value from yesterday? Or are we going to reject and seek new levels to facilitate trade? What are you thinking in the equities here? Well, I think that we're being a little bit, let's call it not hot. Order filled. When we broke out, we came back and tested a chunk of it yesterday. We actually, retracements is kind of where I live for me. So we kind of broke out of that move all the way to the top and came right back and filled up there at like 78%. And we kind of bounced off it. And like you said, we're kind of stuck in the middle a little bit. I think the market is feeling around direction. Really keep fundamental and technical kind of straight together here. I keep an eye on the bonds. I kind of feel like they're going to show us the way a little bit, and until they, a little bit of a softer number helps making it that easier, because ultimately the administration wants lower interest rates, but if inflation stays hot, something's going to give. We saw it almost crack a little bit earlier in the week, so I think you're right. I think the market right now, it's Friday. It's kind of feeling its way around, and I'm going to use your word, stay patient right now, where we're sitting. Earnings season beginning. We had some of the major banks release earnings today. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, Bank of New York, Mellon, all released. Their earnings per share were all positive, but Wells Fargo and BlackRock missed on revenue. So we'll see if that has anything to suggest for the equities. But here's the weekly on the Nasdaq. Again, bullish piercing pattern on the weekly chart here. A little bit of excess in the 1 week 200 session moving average, kind of right near the low here. That's been interesting. See here, so everything is contingent on whatever happens with these tariffs. A lot of folks are thinking that they've just pushed the uncertainty further down the road, and there's lots of differing opinions about what's going to happen with equities. I think going to watch lower where we are. Are we in an area here where we're going to see some new buying coming in? We lost open interest in the Nasdaq again yesterday. More volume on that down day. So, it's really the equities are pretty much telling me, at least the S&P and Nasdaq are pretty much telling the same story. The seeking balance decision, yes. Take a look at 30 minutes.
House account trade.
Wow. House count up
Holy
$1,900 to start the day.
Who faded that one, huh? Just
Monster.
lock it up.
At all-time high.
Love the opening range trade when it
far.
works.
Yeah, right. Look at
Applauding
this thing.
JD for selling the only real currency for fiat.
Yeah. You see
Sure,
that
it's
this
not Bitcoin.
opening range trade, sometimes they lose 500, sometimes they lose 200, 100, scratch. It's very low loss. A lot of them maybe. But once it clicks, you get 2,000. That's perfect. So back to my chart here. This is the top area between 18,560 and 18,450. So I will not trade here. So please, Jerome, if you catch me trying to take a trade here, just do something. Shout on me.
What's the zone?
Grab my head.
What's the zone?
Yeah. between
Tell me
1850,
the
60.
upper limit. Sorry, give it
The
again.
up end 18,560. The lower end 18,450. So this area, I'm not supposed to take a trade in. Okay, I can take a trade above it, away from it, or below it to take it away from it. I can take a trade buying to it or selling to it as well, but no trade inside here. I can hold the trade inside if I am already in the money, fine, but no entry at this area. This is my rule for chop area. Second, as we can see here, we have a range, the same range, 50, 60, and 40, 50. Okay, the market goes to the first extension, second extension, upside, 1, 2. Before that, it went to first extension, second extension, third extension, lower side. So that gives you one thing, that sellers still have the bigger hand, because they could take it 3 extension down, but buyer, they only can took it 2 extension up. Okay, so sellers has, bigger hand in this chart. Number 3, I have a buying zone or demand zone around 18,170. Like to see the price coming here with tight stop at 120. Tight stop, this is 50 points, guys. So tight means 50
Micros.
now. No more 20s. So 50 points of risk here in order to grab maybe 200 points, 300 points to the high. Last thing, I can tag these highs together and take it from this low. This trend is the most important trend for the buyers in order to keep, some control of this market. Maybe it will break and retest. Maybe it will rebound from it. We'll see. It's still away for now, but I make it red in my screen. We will go over day types later on in this day if we reach 1,500 likes. We'll go over day types. There's 4 day types. Then we'll see how to define them and what to do on each one and when to change the bias.
We could at least get 1,000 likes, Mo, at least. But thank you for that analysis.
I'm
but
liking
you are right.
right now.
1,000 from here. 1,000
Nasdaq
from
is
here.
Rito.
Yeah, we are 300, I believe.
Crude oil.
If we get 1 like per line on your screen, we can get 1,000 likes.
And Jerome, sir, what market are you looking at today, Jerome?
Nasdaq already traded, already won. Unsure if I'm gonna trade another setup. We'll see. It's Friday, capital preservation Friday. With a crazy week. If I have an A++ setup, I would take it. But so far, yeah, it's working well.
Well done.
The thing is, the New York session is very. I traded during the Asian session. The thing is, the New York session is very, very volatile. It means opportunity, but it also means increasing of risk, meaning the same setup has a likeliness of not necessarily occurring in the same circumstances. So I'm not avoiding the New York session. I think Tuesday I traded the New York session actually, but some days when I have when I qualify a great setup before the New York session and I take a trade and it works, I try not to chase myself into another one, but we never know.
Actually, I want to get chat's opinion here. Maybe we can get a poll going. I want the question to be: have you started trading other, other market times? Yeah, market times. So, are you starting to trade Asian session, overnight session, Globex? Are you starting to?
Bonds are dumping.
Jack, what does that mean for the market here with bonds dumping? We've been trying to lean on you for treasuries and bonds.
If you told me that the market was going to be above 4.5 for the 10-year when I walked in this morning, I'd be like, okay, we're down like 200, 300 points in the ES right now.
Let me go over to the ZN here. I mean, you see the chart, we're selling off.
I got to pull up the ZN. Hold on.
You got news?
Nothing. I mean, we have
coming over the wire here right now. Here, coming up at CNN though, but U.S. warned China against retaliating in private talks. That's about it. Nothing that I see here.
Also, I'm strengthening my discipline and my commitment to consistency. So 1 to 2 trades per day. If I have 10 A+ setup during the day, I don't want to take all of them. Even if you tell me I can bank all of them, that's not what I want. I don't want to use these neural pathways. I don't want to cultivate the habits I don't want to have in the future. And actually, it's a topic we're going to go through hopefully this Wednesday during the Neuro Wednesday session with Diana during Eurotrade. Actually, yesterday, Danielle asked me if I could bounce on a commentary about neuroplasticity today. But I wanted to really go in depth with it, with details, context, and give people mental, practical exercises so they can enhance their brain actually, and understand how it works and go beyond. So we have pre-trade, in-trade, and post-trade, post-session exercises. So this will be isolated and mostly shared later on. So if you are in the US or somewhere in the world that it's not really suitable to follow the session, you're going to be able to follow that. But yeah, that is why I also want to stick to, if I won, I don't want to necessarily take another trade. I did that multiple times this week, but I'm not chasing it. I'm not saying to myself, okay, I got one winner, I could do a second one, process over performance. I am on a streak, but I don't want to create pressure upon it and within it. So I tell myself I'm not in a streak. I'm following the process, and I'm happy celebrating my behavior and my activities. So yeah, and it's actually very much linked with everything Dr. Steenbarger talked about yesterday, positive trading psychology and all these topics. So yeah, amazing. So yeah, tune in on Wednesday, and you're gonna get some interesting tools to help you, hopefully.
Jerome, what prompted you to go on this kind of journey of only taking one trade a day?
One trade a day keeps the doctor away.
But you are the doctor, so how does that work?
No, I mean, well, how does that work? You select your best setup. So I have multiple setups, and depending what price action is doing, what the price is doing, I have, let's call it a major setup. Like the quality of the setup is the higher one, between A and A+, and I have conditions to enter it. And when these conditions are all met, and the market conditions are also aligned with the trade setup, I take a moment, I think about my entry, and if I decide entering, I enter. And we get trained to that, right? That's how trading is. You take one trade, and if it's a loss, then you choose to take a second. Hopefully, I'm on a streak. If I take a second one, I try to act as I don't have one. The more I go into the days, the harder it is. But yeah, it depends on the setup.
Nice. Well, that's excellent discipline. I think that should be very inspirational for a lot of people in chat. Eddie, do you said you have an eco update?
Yeah, we got, just to let you know here, top of the hour, we got our University of Michigan sentiment prelim. They're looking at 53.5, prior 57.0. Also at 9 o'clock, Musalem or Muslim, wherever Muslim is going to be speaking. One of the Feds. We also got Wells Fargo earning call, University of Michigan, 9 o'clock, as I mentioned. Fed Williams at 10, and they've added a White House press briefing here at 12 o'clock, high noon. And of course, every Friday at 12 o'clock, we have our Baker Hughes rig count. I'm going to pass this back to you, Dolby Time.
Eddie, I'm very glad that you included the Baker Hughes rig count, because it's not on Financial Juice for some reason, but that's how you know it's Friday, baby.
Yeah. Do you know Baker Hughes personally? Like, how are you getting that number?
Dusty Baker, yeah, I'm a good friend. Howard Hughes, yeah. Somebody actually knew one of these people. here in chat. I don't know if they're still here with us here, but they said they were acquaintance. But getting those on Juice, baby, financial.
Yep, that is built into TopStepX as well. And also, you should see the little lightning bolts at the bottom of your chart. That means there is a very, very important news event coming up. So all those features are built into TopStepX. Jack, you're saying the bonds have rolled over. I pulled up the ZN chart. How does a new person quote the bonds if there's commas in the number? How does that work?
Oh, yeah. We're talking about, like, we used to call them points and ticks. Basically, 1 point is 30. Sorry. One handle is 32 points in the bonds. It's all wacky. I feel like it would get into a little bit of weirdness right now to explain.
Too early for that? That's fair.
It's too early for that, man. It's too early on a Friday.
Too early for commas and numbers.
Yeah, a point in the bonds is $31.25.
I'm looking to sell NQ above that chop area. As we say, we have a chop. You can see how choppy is that.
560s.
The market moved more than 70 points inside of it. Inside. So from 536 to 400, you know, that's 130 points. This one, only this one. And back again more than 150. This is why this is a chop area. Looking to sell at the supply area up here at 18,600. It should be actually 95, but I will take it 600. I know the market can do it, so take it at a higher price at a bit. I need my stop to be at 650. 650. So this is a 50 point. I will take 10 micro.
There's news at 9. Okay, so.
Yeah,
sentiment.
It's Michigan sentiment.
Michigan sentiment is going to be negative today.
We can get JD's
not just no sentiment.
Opinions.
Negative. Yeah.
I'm short right now. Short.
Okay,
I'm filled now. Stop at 50.
Short 10 micros, Mo?
10 micros.
All right, short 10 micros, 18,650. Mo is in the water here with the trade. Jack, you seen any trades here that you like in these markets?
Something's afoot this morning.
Ooh.
That's like all I can say. Once again, we're above 4.5. This was. Let me share this instead here. If we go to my charts,
you're talking about the bond, right?
Yes, I'm talking about the bond yields, like bond prices.
Yeah, I thought about you. Everybody's talking about it on Twitter and said overnight things happened, and I don't understand all of that. But I thought about you.
I'll tell you this: this run up before where this cursor is past 4.5 in the 10-year is when everything kind of changed, right? This was the night before they came back and reversed everything. But as I talked about yesterday, it was kind of a weird reaction to the pump in equities, the buy everything. We have a deal with everyone but China. But now we went and took a run at it again. Right now, that run is failing. We're back to 4.5 right now. But if we can't move these yields lower, once again, that means bond prices going up. I want to hands on butts times 1,000. Unless I was going to go like short equities. This is not financial advice.
Oh, I do like that description though. Hands on butts times 1,000. Oh, we do have our poll. It's still up here. 663 votes and counting. Are you exploring trading timeframes outside of the New York session? 65% of you, ooh, now 66% of you have said yes. Wow. That's a lot. It's probably a little bit more than I thought, but I'm glad to see that traders are experimenting with different kind of time zones to be trading.
Also, this is such a much more news-driven market, and we have way more news than before. So, yeah.
Market is consolidating here, and that is a good thing, actually. But I don't want to see this consolidation takes too long.
So time stop mode?
Because if it is taking too... Yeah, somehow. Before the news, I will exit if I'm still not in the money. Because when they are consolidating too much here, it's a build-up pattern to continue. I need to see a rejection. We see a nice trap here for the sellers, just a tick or two above it, and that is a nice confirmation. that I am selling the right area. And we are getting around 50 points now. Need to see.
So what's your take profit strategy, Mo, for this trade?
For this one is 1 to 125 actually. Okay. 125. So I'm risking 50 to get 68. Oh, the buyers coming back at the spot.
Damn buyers.
No, the bonds reverse. We're back below 4.5 in the 10-year yields.
Okay, I will minimize my stop now. I don't need to risk up to 50. I will take it to 34.
Nice risk management, Mo. Mo, no fear trading these markets. No fear.
Hard.
Yep.
Hopefully it doesn't, but yeah.
You know?
ZN's bidding. It's at 109, 29, 0.
Jerome.
Look at the Jerome's in chat.
Jerome believes it's gonna pump, so I don't know if Jerome's gonna help you here, but yeah, hopefully it's gonna collapse.
No, we need to get some Jerome's in chat. It works every single time. It feels like. Also,
come on, chat.
I want to be back inside this shop area. That shop area that I said, 150, 560. We are inside now.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Remember reversal challenge last week. Remember last week reversal challenge. Can we make it again tonight? It's working, chat. Chat is magic.
25.
Let's start
to
type.
How do you do that, Jerome?
You said
you're a wizard.
You said it's bullshit last week, but I believe it's not. Chat is powerful.
Come on.
Let's go, Mo. Look at this. Oh, haters in shambles. Haters in shambles.
Order filled.
Just carving it up. Good trade so far. Larry Fink, calm down.
Order filled.
25.50 my target. The price went to 33.50.
Who needs Larry Fink when you got the Nasdaq butcher himself in here?
That's right. Just leaving a trail of ticks wherever he goes.
I'm start. Yeah, I will not lose in this trade.
All right, break even. Well done. You got yourself in a great spot, though. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. All right, Jack. You said your hands on butts. So what? No house account trades here.
Thank you, Jack.
Nothing looks good.
Well, no. I said while the 10-year was above 4.5%, we went back below it. Things are moving.
Game on. Okay. Looks like crude oil has been very active today. We kind of bottomed out at around 59.60. Now we're bidding up to 60.30. So that's about 80 ticks in crude. Nice seeing crude back in the fold. There's a nice day trade. ZN is bidding as well. I have no idea how to read that. It's up. I'm not even gonna say. Not even gonna say what it's up, but it's green. It's greener than it was 5 minutes ago. Ooh, Mo, you make it break even on this one. You're out. Okay, that's okay.
Out. I made 300. I made 300 in this one.
Oh, it's a great base hit, Mo.
Yeah. Could be 1,000, but they just refused my target by maybe 3 points. So
Mo, what's
no
the
problem? I have another area for them.
Yeah. How do you reset after a trade?
Yeah, just see if your state's still valid. You take it again. I don't see it valid anymore. The buyers, they just, as you can see, that was the chop area. I was thinking the price will be taking inside of that chop area, but look what happened. They get out of that chop area, which means they might go to that extension. So why I'm staying in that trade? Buyers having control. I have another area for them at 18,740. So I will wait for them up there. Maybe I will take a long. We'll see.
Okay. Thank you for the updates. Mo, great job getting in there. You described the strategy so cleanly, and he took it.
I want to thank Eddie for the updates too.
I'm happy about it. Being you, as Jerome said, be proud of your behavior, not your result. I don't care about this 300 or minus 3,000. As long as my behavior, my performance is good because not everything you can see it in a result. For example, this should be a loss right now. This one should be a loss, but you don't see it in the result. I cannot appreciate it because I don't visualize it. But you have to visualize yourself. You have to tell your mindset that, look, you made a 300, it should be minus 1,200 right now. So that plus 1,500. Yeah, I know. I should take some profit here. I tried, but I took actually some. But
you got some.
They never felt me.
Yeah, you got a base hit.
So yeah, manage your expectation. The result never determine who you are.
It is. We listened to Dr. Brett Steenbarger yesterday, and he's coaching some professional trading clients, and they're focused on process. That's how they grade their trading. It's not about the P&L. It's all process driven. And they go back and they review the process, but they're not talking about the P&Ls. It's the P&L follows process. That's why Dakota's VIP team name is Top Squad. That is process over profits. Mo, your stop was 649. It just touched it and rolled over. That is so funny.
See?
That is so funny.
I will be all over the place now. Maybe I will cut out this stream and go.
You would have lost your mind. That was brutal.
It is missing my target and taking my stop. So managing the trade is a key, actually. It is a key.
That is so funny. Big sell-off.
Mo, you gotta tune in on Wednesday, Mo. You gotta watch what
That's right.
I speak about.
What time is that?
That will help you.
Jerome?
US time? I don't remember. Eddie, can you help, please? Perhaps. I know.
Eddie knows all.
I was just gonna give a shout out to Eddie. He is posting stuff all the time in
the
chat.
In NQ.
Yeah, he's on fire.
This is a long signal. I have a news in 5 minutes. So
yeah, shout out to Eddie.
No, not take it, but this is a nice long.
Ooh, Tim with the save. 3:30 a.m. Central Time.
Thank you, team. How you doing, Tim? Nice to see you. I mean, I don't see you.
Doing great. Shout out to Tim Mitchell.
Good to
Fresh in the
see
chat.
Tim, shout out to Tim in Boston.
That's right.
Yep.
Our Boston
Worcester.
boy. Well, gold has sold off here almost 23, about 23 points and counting. So nice cover by the squad.
Will you be up at 3:30 a.m., Nick?
It had to take out that overnight all-time high.
Yep.
And that was where to get out.
Yep. And you guys called it too. That was your target. I think Hoop was talking about it too.
Yep.
Oh, some market's starting to sell off a little bit. Yeah. Adam's taking one trade into the Michigan number. JD, he's the veteran of the Michigan sentiment number. He was actually sent $5 once for his opinion. Still has it. He still has it. Well done, JD. Hulk, what were you saying about the gold price here?
Well, we order filled all-time high in the overnight session.
Mm-hmm.
And the those tend not to be lasting highs.
Got it.
So
like a stop run sort of.
When we opening range break to the upside, we took that long, and when we took out that all-time high, it's probably easier to see it on a longer time frame, but this is the 30-minute chart.
Mm-hmm.
So the previous all-time high was 3201. We put in a new all-time high in the overnight session, which those tend not to be lasting highs. So when we broke that opening range trade to the upside, the target was get out at new all-time highs. Saw some laggard buyers up there, and so that was really just the target, was to take out the new overnight all-time high and take the profit there. So remember that, folks, in just about any market, and even like recent all-time highs and lows, when they occur in the overnight session, they tend not to be lasting highs or lows.
Nice. Thanks for that analysis there, Hogue. That was a great trade by the house account this morning. Is the market starting to get a little bit heavy here? It kind of feels.
It
Got about a
should.
minute here before that Michigan number hits the wire.
Oh, that's right.
So heads up, check your positions, folks. This one might be a doozy. And as Jack said, we're expecting negative. It looks that way. Prior 57, they're looking at 53.5. Also, we've got Fed speaking here. Also, top of the hour. 30 seconds.
Order filled.
Yeah, ZN is heading for new daily lows, it looks like.
On a soft CPI and PPI, this is bad, guys. That is not good.
Can you explain that further as to like why that's not good?
Let's get this number out real quick here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Coming up here in about 5 seconds here.
Order filled.
We also do have Wells.
Nobody's getting anything. No buyers, no sellers make money. So
Order filled.
All right, coming in as Jack predicted, 50.8, much lower.
Order filled.
53.5. Good call, Jack. University of Michigan inflation preliminary, they were looking at 4.3, coming in at 4.4. The 1-year inflation, they were looking at a 5.2, coming in at a higher 6.7. And of course, the condition prelim, 60.8, coming in at 56.5. Once again here, University of Michigan sentiment prelim, 50.8, lower than the 53.5 expected, and the 57.0 prior. Back to you, Dolby Time.
Thank you so much, Jack. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I wasn't.
Nice movements. We dumped at 500, 505.
Yeah, I mean, Nasdaq wanted Mo's stop and then rolled right over. That's what it wanted.
Yep. We lost Jack.
Lost a Jack. But we got a Hogue.
Lost Jack. We got a Hogue.
Hogue, welcome to the show, buddy. We'll get Jack back in just a moment.
I don't think that these are positive numbers, right? So the 5-year inflation expectation is now higher than the previous number. This is a preliminary number. However, consumer expectations lower, sentiment lower, current conditions lower. There's a little bit of doubt out there in consumer land. I don't view these as good at all.
These are not good numbers. Nasdaq is selling off here.
Good either. I agree.
Yeah, it's in
I
my
can see
chop
a nice
area,
dump.
so I'm not.
Order filled.
So,
I like this.
350.
Yep, go ahead, Jerome.
And if today we can tag below 243, we're gonna have a nice drive day.
Wow, big sell-off. 130 points and counting. Volatility is still on the board. Still on the board here. We can get Jack back in a second once the aliens drop him back off again.
The gremlins. Mo, we're still in the chap zone here, aren't we?
Yeah, this is a chop zone. Otherwise, I would take this short. But because I know it is a chop zone, maybe the market will move against me, even if I'm right, as it's doing right now. So I'm not taking any trade here. Even if it is an A+ setup, I will not take it.
Yep.
I would rather
right
wait for the price to go
value. Patience.
Yeah. Looking 395 as a buying demand area.
395. Okay.
395. That could show some cheap long.
Order filled.
My COIA to be 350. So
But I would be careful.
Take it. Yeah, it will be tight stop 377. It is the opposite of that up trade that I took. It is the opposite of it. It's the other side of the trade.
The thing is,
I will take it at
355
370.
is a big level. So if we dump,
yeah, my
your
stop will be
entry
at
is 5
345.
345. Okay.
345 my stop.
Pretty tight. Eddie with the numbers in chat. University of Michigan 1-year inflation preliminary actual 6.7%. Forecast 5.2%. Previous 5%. So came in pretty hot. Eddie, thank you for that.
Yeah. Rates are inflation is now rearing its ugly head again. There was some comment by one of the talking feds about it earlier today. They're thinking we're going to see a little bit of a spike in inflation, particularly with the tariffs.
Interesting. So does that mean Trump is going to start pounding the table for interest rate cuts then? Or is he going to want more? He always is, right?
I think he's barking up the wrong tree there. I don't think Powell is going to succumb to anything he has to say.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be an interesting battle between them two and the interest rates. But back in this range again, bounced off the 450s. Man, it's going to be a tough trade today, it feels like. Tough trade.
In my time frame, I see nothing to do in the equities right now.
And nothing. What is your time frame, Hope?
See,
I'm looking at profiles and overnight inventory and the overnight range. We're right in the middle of it. We're right at settlement. There's very little change in perception of value. I pretty much focus on the profiles in the 30-minute chart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at the 5 minutes. Look at the 5 minutes. It's just inside of this chop.
Yes.
It's a flip.
Yeah, it really is. It's like a Dorito. It's a big old Dorito on the ES and Nasdaq. Yep. And we're kind of hovering around point of control a little bit, at least on like shorter time frames.
Here. I'll put the Dorito on for you, Dolby.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Oh, the Dorito, anything. Thank you.
So, if you take a trade and win, don't be brag of it. You're lucky. If you lost, fine.
It is like that sometimes, Mo.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of Mark
Nothing
Douglas
wrong with
yesterday.
that. Nothing wrong with that. No. Nothing wrong with that. Just admit it. Don't say, oh, I will do this 10 times and I will make. You don't know. This is 50-50.
Hoke has drawn the Dorito officially.
Stay humble. Order filled.
There's a Dorito. We are just locked into this range. Are the markets just exhausted after this week? I mean, I think we're all feeling it as traders. We have to assume everyone else out there has whiplash with these markets.
I feel we're gonna have a crazy MOC. And guess who's on for reversal challenge?
Oh, that'd be you, Jerome.
Oh,
there you go.
Well, yeah, hey, give me more than one trade.
You took it from me last Friday. You stole it from me last Friday.
That was a good one.
You are out of the game, and we allow you back. How stupid!
You agreed. Yeah, I can only be grateful. And the chat saved me. They did the Jerome trade, and they kept typing.
I suggested that.
Well.
Guys, look at this. Look at this trend line. Dolby, this is a heck of a Dorito. Wednesday's high.
Wait.
And then contact.
That is asking about Dakota. Should we tell them the truth about Dakota?
Dakota's fine.
They love to hear these stories. Everybody thinks that there's something wrong. Dakota is not.
I know.
He's taking days off. Just taking days off.
He was just in chat like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, they love if there is something.
If there's no Andre, no Dakota, it is chaos reigns on Top Step TV. They will be back, everybody. They will be back. Andre is trying to find the nearest town.
Order
in South
filled.
Carolina. That's all he's trying to do. He will get there eventually. Man, the aliens really got Jack. We have not seen Jack yet. He is not allowed to speak about those bonds or treasuries.
Looks like he's having some sort of power issue at his house.
Oh, that's not good. Well, hopefully he gets his power fixed. Yeah, we're still in that range. I mean, look at this bounce. 450s up to 600s, 150 points in like a 5-minute candlestick. This range is very, very strong right now. This Dorito is strong.
This one has more volume, so doesn't mean we'll break out, but it means we'll have more actors in it, at least.
I mean, Mo, are you gonna dip your toe back in the water on shorts here? Because if we're gonna Dorito, then your short's gonna play out again.
Yeah, it could be, but I would like to. I always like to sell more extreme, so I would like to sell at 740. Actually, this is my area. maybe 675 if I see consolidation at 675. May I take it, but I rather prefer 740. Looking for a long, actually. Looking for a long above this chop zone.
Okay.
If we have a strong green candle in here, yeah, that would be a nice long. I need strong green candle closing, and my CYO will be just below the 50s.
Mo, you don't trade
that's okay.
below 560.
Above it.
You don't
I am above it.
below 5. Yeah, you don't trade below.
I am above it now. Yeah, I'm above it, taking it away from it. So I'm long at 850, 580. Stop at 550. Nice setup, actually. We'll take some profit. I'm long 10 micros. Take some profit at here, 617. Come on, you can do it. I'm copying now my XFA with that combine.
This is an XFA trade. Let's go.
Yeah.
Long 18,580s.
Welcome to the Mo Show.
Hey, Mo's been chopping it up.
617. Do it.
He is en fuego.
He is. I do want to touch on hashtag fast markets, also hashtag power hour in the upper left-hand corner. If you want to reach out to us on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, please, please, please send us your trader wins, trader losses, battle stations, tick picks, whatever you got. Send it to us at TopStepTV, hashtag fast markets and hashtag power hour. We'll be sharing your submissions during power hour, during actually the halftime of reversal challenge. Mo, position update.
I'm out.
Mo is out.
Minus 500, minus 587.
That's okay.
Come on, they come close to my target and just dump.
Vicious Dorito. I didn't know Doritos could be angry, but this is a pretty angry Dorito.
My stop is decent. I exit at 50. Now we are 24.
Yep. Dakota is in chat, everybody. So Dakota is okay. He's in chat. He is typing. Everything is fine.
Still love us.
You're alive. Order filled.
Okay. Off 100 points in the Nasdaq. Touched the 600s. Rolled over 100 points. I wish we had Jack here so we could do like the 1 minute or 1 second candlestick, but it seems like we just melted off the 600s. This would end up being a second half.
I tried to take that breakout. You called it Dolby at the Doritos.
It's an angry
Dorito. Order filled.
It is an angry Dorito. Oh. But it's a hard trade to take, right? Because you end up getting momentum at the high of the Dorito, and then it ends up selling off, and then it gets really scary at the bottom. You don't want to take that one. So let's see. Maybe there's another long potential down at 400s. Who knows? Who knows? Very choppy.
That's at the top.
Yeah, I'm still waiting at 370. 393, 370 could be a nice area to go long.
Yep, man, good range here. If you like range-bound markets,
my stop, believe that my stop Dolby was 18,550. My next entry as 380. You know,
it's crazy.
At least you're trying. Jerome, you're not looking for any trades right now, are you?
No, sir. Very calm. Watching the markets.
Have you locked yourself out at all?
No. What's beautiful is I'm gonna speak about it on Wednesday as well, and TopStep knows that for sure. But the more you use anything, the more you enable a neural pathway, the more you reinforce and strengthen this pathway. Correct? So when you want to build the habit of being disciplined and walking out of the screen, the lockout button helps us to build and construct this discipline. Correct? So I used it during, I think, 6 months, almost like in a row. And then I really felt, okay, now I don't need anymore to lock myself out. So sometimes I still use it. I used it this week. I mean, it's always great to use it, but I don't feel the need You know, I used it this week many times because with the volatility, you're like, oh, there's nice opportunities, and no. I don't want to get trapped, so I'm locking myself out. So for me, nice. It's much easier to control this, but I advise anybody to lock themselves out in profit or in loss when within their plan they are within what they wanted to get in profit, even if it's less than the Riker's sentence. We all got inspired from it, correct? So it's less than what you want, but more than what you need. Okay.
Yeah.
Every time, for example, before taking a trade, whether I have already a win or not, I ask myself, if I lose this trade, how will I feel? What will be my journaling? Okay, which behavior will I have mentally? And so if I'm aligned and really okay with that, I'm taking the trade, because that means 1000% the trade is aligned with my plan and with my perhaps bias, perhaps with the setup, the conditions, etc. But if there's a single tiny reason which for I would have regret, mental rumination, mind wandering, stuff like that, then I don't take the trade, because that means it's not going to help me. And the more you cultivate this, the more you build upon it. And we'll speak about it on Wednesday. Tune in on Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. The people who can, it's going to be at 3:30 a.m. Central Time. It's going to be isolated and cut, so you're going to be able to replay it. We're going to prepare with the slides and a whole segment about neuroplasticity for traders. And it's going to speak about body sensations, mental thoughts and feelings, and different exercises, mental exercises, and also breathing exercises, stuff like that. About day-to-day practices you could cultivate and instillate into your life. And it's also stuff you can use and transcript to almost anything into life. I mean, I adapted it to trading to give it a sauce for our industry. But if you take the same principles and you change the words with any other thing in life, it works still. So hope you guys gonna like it. We're gonna work great for that, and we'll have a Q&A session as well, etc. So it's gonna be very interesting, hopefully.
Amazing.
If you guys like it, hit the like button to celebrate this initiative. We're doing this for you. It's a great opportunity for us as well to share. And personally, I'm very excited to be able to talk about how the brain works. Yes, it is. It is. And I'm doing this with commitment. I'm very, very happy and grateful to be able to share about that, because I've always said my trading is an experiential journey. Our journeys at all, right? Of all. I'm 2 years young even in this business, and I always try to take my journey and thankfully my success and compare it with parallels into the brain, mindset, mental. And this fully resonates with what Dr. Steinberger spoke about yesterday. He works with very high level elite traders, and they speak about anything but P&L, but money, and that's exactly what we spoke about on Wednesday and what we will speak about on next Wednesday as well. And that's the sort of mindset I'm trying to instillate.
That's amazing. Also a great segue into our tip of the week, which Eddie has.
Yeah.
Of course.
It is always
last day. Thanks, Rome. Stick to your strategy. Just like Coach T says, strategy is your playbook. Stick to it. You'll stop reacting and you'll start executing like a pro. The trading
order filled
is your playbook. It's designed based on logic, testing, and probabilities. If you abandon it mid-game, you're not trading anymore. You're just guessing. Now, emotions can wreck you. Without a plan, fear and greed take the wheel and throw you in the back seat. A solid strategy helps you stay disciplined under pressure, and even during weeks like we've had this one, wild and woolly. You know what? The thing is, also, you can't learn from your trades if you're changing your tactics every 5 minutes. Stick to your strategy. It does allow you to review what's working, what's not, what do I need to update, what do I need to refine, and that's going to help you. So just stick to that strategy. And that's what I've got here, and I'm going to pass it back to Dolby time.
Eddie, thank you so much. Chat, feel free to put in there what you want to work on for next week. So this week was pretty rough, but if there's something that you want to work on for next week, please drop it in chat. We will try our best to hold you accountable. I think Jerome is doing an excellent job of sort of displaying and showing what Eddie just mentioned, sticking to that strategy plan. And it's paying off for Jerome. Nice little win streak going on here, which has been fantastic. Mo, it looks like you might be chomping at the bit here to maybe get into this market again.
Yep. Yeah, I'm planning to go long at 380. Another 5 micros at 62. My CYA will be at 38.
Okay, perfect.
I was waiting for this from
the Dorito.
Bottom of the Dorito. Going long at the bottom of the Dorito. Is this the time? Is this the time that it breaks, or does the Dorito hold? That's the most nerve-wracking
390 is the area, by the way. It is 390. It should be 390, but I'm a bit, come on.
Oh.
I will wait for it. I will wait for it.
You still might get filled. You still might get filled here.
Yeah.
Wait for it, Mo. Don't react to price.
Yeah, I'm
Let
waiting.
price react to you.
Entry setup should be at 390. Exactly. Yeah, but I'm trying to take it at their stops,
Yeah. That is exactly right. Market Griffin, Mo's the one who wants to trade, my man. Mo was in the zone yesterday.
380, give it to me. Yes, I'm
there
in.
There it is, Mo's in.
CYA at 370, 50.
51 is the low
38,
of the 15-minute opening range. 51.25 on the Nasdaq.
Oh, Mo.
Now they don't want to go up.
Oh, what's your average price there?
Oh, got some news.
Wow, average price 80.
It is 80. Got a hot biscuit here. Hold on a second. Traders lighting bets here on the Fed rate cuts. They see 3 policy rate reductions in 2025, and they're saying this is going to begin in June. So there you have it. Back to you, Dolby Time.
Ooh, Eddie, thank you so much for the news update.
Stopped out.
Mo is stopped out.
Yeah.
Perfect. In the meantime, we got JD in the back with stats and some E&Ls. One of our favorite little parts here. Let's go.
Oh, you guys ready?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. We got no trades on right now. We're just chilling.
I think Mo's about to jump in a trade. What are you doing, Mo? All right.
15-minute lookout.
You guys want to see something cool?
Yes, of course.
Sure.
Check this out. Check this out. Timothy N in the live funded account yesterday.
Get out of here.
Wow. $93,672 confirmed by the risk team. I had to double check anytime I see a huge number like that. Need to make sure it wasn't a glitch in our data. Definitely not a glitch. Timothy came out swinging yesterday. Pulled up his trade report too to confirm a few things, and yeah, this guy just cleaned house yesterday. Typically trades. What's that?
You have like an idea of what he did to get to 93?
You can't tell a whole lot from the trade report. You can get, sort of a high level overview, but looking at his average winning trade, his average losing trade, average winning trade was $15,052. Average losing trade was $450. So he wasn't trading big size either. His average total contracts for a day is about 69. We call it 70. He traded 170 total contracts yesterday. So he traded a little more than usual, 32 trades, but he never really took any heat. His P&L low for the day was only down $14. And he's got an average hold time in those winners of 15 minutes. So he was slinging them, trading the Nasdaq, $93,672. Also got a nice boost on the big board. We'll see that in a little bit. So big shout out to Timothy in the live funded account, pulling $93,000 out of the Nasdaq.
Incredible.
It's a wonderful thing right there. Moving down the list, we got Jacqueline.
Order filled.
Different markets: gold, micro Nasdaq, and Nasdaq. 69.64 out of gold, $240 from the micro NQ, and almost 8,100 out of the Nasdaq for a total of $15,257 for Jacqueline. Derek B, $12,408 trading the Nasdaq. Derek also took a nice payout yesterday. We're going to see his name again in just a minute. So Derek making all the right moves this week. Also, Scott K trading up the MNQ, the ES, Gold, Nasdaq, and Platinum. 2892 from the MNQ, 673 from the ES, 4900 from Gold, 5200 from NQ. Lost a little bit trading the precious metals though. $12,103 in total profits for Scott K. And Manpreet rounds out our list, trading the ES and the NQ, $12,044 in profit for Manpreet. Huge numbers from our live funded traders yesterday. As promised, here are those payout numbers. Derek B, we just mentioned, $12,000 winner yesterday, pulled out $40,000 from his live funded account into the pocket, lining those pockets with that hard-earned dough from the live markets. Ediberto, $16,000. Daryl, $11,500. Frederick, $7,000. And Ravnor, $6,000. Big payouts for some big traders right there. That's a great way to start a weekend, or go into a weekend.
No,
there you go. Cash for the weekend. Speaking of payouts, traders who have made $5,000 in payouts can come to the Top Step TV to join the payout club. Yes, indeed. And we're going to get, there it is. Look at beautiful hat and a pin. And every day in chat, we're going to put this link here in our chat community here where you can sign up for your exclusive 5K Club hat and pin. Right now, we can only ship to the United States, but we are looking to expand in the future. And what a beautiful hat. I got to get me one. And that's what I got. Thank you, Dolby Time.
Eddie, thank you so much. And JD, thank you as well. JD might be coming in here and sticking around, play some trades, get some more tickies while Jack is trying to get power. He has no power right now, unfortunately, which is why he got abducted by the gremlins. So that is unfortunate, but hopefully that gets restored for him. JD is going to step in here. He's already on a hot streak. Got one gold trade that crushed it with opening range trade with Hogue. Nasdaq did sell off a little bit here. Got close to 18,300. A little bit of a bounce off the round number. Kind of testing the bottom of the Dorito here. Hogue, are you seeing anything in the volume profile that suggests maybe more downward pressure?
Just the time that it's spending below your Dorito line down there. But it's at the low of value right now, so
yeah.
A little cognitive dissonance to do anything right here. Cheap buy. Unless it goes lower. Feels to me like it's going lower.
You kidding me?
Same.
Yeah,
I feel heavy.
If you are a seller, you need to see wooden buyers here. So the buyers took control a bit in this rally, last rally, but they haven't proven it. So until now, they are wooden buyers. I will take this short with no hesitation.
Order filled.
Lookout mode now. I will not take it.
How much?
Seller dump.
Maybe it's good.
Now you're going to go up?
Yeah, actually, there's a good question here in chat. Speaking of you, Mo, locking out, let me grab this question from Alan M. Can you talk about when not to trade? After a bigger than normal daily loss, or is it after an intraday loss of bad discipline? I guess maybe we can just go around the horn here. But when do we choose not to trade?
Yeah, it depends. It depends, as Dakota always said. It depends. So I see this day as a chop day. From the beginning, we talk about it, we say about it. And then we know it's Friday. Then I tried my short here. It was a wonderful short, not filled at the target. I managed to exit at $300 profit out of 1,200. Market goes to the stop, coming back.
Order filled.
I took another long somewhere here, loss. I took the perfect buy here, loss. 3 A+ trade, loss. I mean, even the first one, it is not a winner actually. It is, but it gave me what I need, not what I want. So let's put it that way. So out 2 out of 3, 2 consecutive losses. Then it's right to step back. Maybe you'll call it a day.
Did you mute yourself accidentally, Mo? You must have, because your mouth is moving.
Yeah,
You are not producing sound.
Yeah, this mic is the touch
Oh, there
mute,
we go.
you touch.
Oh, touch mute. Got it.
So,
fancy.
don't jump immediately to the lookout for the day. I'm looking myself out. 15
Order
minutes
filled.
for the show, and to show my discipline, I'll step back, take some 5-minute break. I'll go for a walk. This is what I'm doing right now. I will do it in a minute. And then when you come back, maybe you remove all drawing and start over again. It's a new session for you, whether you want to trade it or not.
What about you, Jerome? When do you decide to stop?
When I start asking myself if I should continue or if I stop, this is what I call to myself the golden signal. This is the signal telling me I should stop. Once I bring awareness of me being in this interrogation, this is my signal of okay, I'm stepping back.
So just order filled, because that means itself is the prompt.
Yeah, that means I'm not anymore in the flow, in the zone. When you're in your zone, in your flow, you are calm, you are present, you have clarity, you have resilience, you are you are your identity. But when you are not these things, you are something else. So when you ask yourself these questions, you are something else. So this is my signal making me understanding I'm not anymore in the zone. Does it make sense?
Oh, exactly. That makes perfect sense. Because if you're thinking about that, you're not thinking about your process or your trading. You're thinking about not trading. And that's not good if you're trying to trade.
It's always been for me. Once you realize you're in a zone, you're no longer in the zone.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
That awareness, that conscious saying, okay, I'm in the zone now. You're not in the zone anymore.
Exactly.
I think those are all exactly just dead on. Dead on.
Little pop here, back to the Dorito low.
Yep. Kind of stretched it maybe a little bit. You can kind of redraw the Dorito, the bottom of it, but it's still Doritoing pretty good here. I'm kind of curious to see if we can get back over maybe 360s in the Nasdaq. That could potentially be a stair step low, potentially. We'll see. See how that plays out. Don't have JD in yet, but if JD wants to hop in and play some trades for the house account, that'd be awesome. Evelyn Rosa, a Dorito pattern is just a fun name for what is typically called a wedge. Just a series of higher lows.
I got the keys, Dolby. I just don't see anything.
Lower highs. Oh, you got some keys? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I got the keys.
Perfect.
Hey, if JD comes in, I'd really like him to talk about that trade this morning. That was a great entry, and I tell you, that exit was fantastic.
It would be
that's
fun.
my opening range trade. We've been trading that for 10 years.
It's been kind of struggling recently. It seems like, I'm just an observer, but it seems like the opening range trade in oil recently has been a little bit better behaved. But today, the gold opening range trade was. Yeah. Did it pay for all the other attempts? Trade,
but the risk.
Mm-hmm.
And if you catch a good one like we did in gold today, it can be, what do we get? We had 40 ticks of risk on that. We got 210 in profit. So that's like 5 or 6 to 1 reward over risk on that. And the target was easy because we were figuring we were going to take out that new all-time high that happened in the overnight. That was our target. We got up there. We got a nice little push. We got out. Perfect exit. A great trade.
Yeah, it was a very, very good trade and well executed as well. I was saying you should have just taken the profit at like 300, but y'all had the diamond hands today. You just kept it for almost 2 G's. Incredible stuff.
I'm a big fan of Tom Hugard, and I know that JD's been reading Tom Hugard's book, The Best Loser Wins, and just getting out of a trade, we had a really good, reasonable, and probable target. If you get out of the trade, you're not going to get to that. I think everybody's always working on being able to stay in winning trades.
It's one of the hardest things to do, honestly, is stay in a trade chat, would you agree that staying in a trade is one of the harder things to do? Alternatively, if you stay in a trade too long, that also becomes a problem because there's probably potential profits that are being given up. You know, see profit, take profit, or do you hold for the big trade? It's always the question. It's very chat was like this question.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Everybody.
it is hard to
We're
stay
all
in a trade.
humans. You got, Tom Hoogard says that when you get into a trade, you get out of a trade, everything people do is to avoid pain. So you're in a winning trade and it's going your way, and you get out of the trade to avoid the pain of losing any of the unrealized profit. And that's going to take you out of that trade. If it keeps going, you may feel some of the pain of no longer being able to participate in that move. But everything you do is to avoid pain. Why do people get stuck adding to losing trades? Why can't people get out of losses? It's because you're avoiding the pain of realizing the loss. Once you get out, it's a loss. So we hope that the market comes back when it's against us, and we fear that the market's going to take some of our realized profit when it's going our way. We should be the other way. Jerome, your neuroplasticity thing, it is a changing of the wiring of the brain to become a profitable and successful trader. I don't know anybody, and I've known tens of thousands of traders. I don't know anybody that's hardwired to be successful at this right at the beginning because of that. Everything is about avoiding pain, and we're wired the other way. We don't want to take losses, so we avoid it. We want to take profits, so we take them too soon.
Jerome, you were smiling during that, which leads me to believe
Yeah,
you have something to
if
say.
you want to share my screen, I'm just gonna share the first slide of the
Awesome.
session of Wednesday. Look, mental training to rewire your brain, break reactivity, and
There you
upgrade
go.
execution. So you'll see. I don't want to tease more, so
You get one slide, chat, and then you have to tune in at 3:30 a.m. Central, or you can watch it when you wake up the following day. But that's all you get. You get one little slide. It's a little hint of what knowledge he's going to be dropping on you. Cannot wait to watch that. Jerome, you got a wealth of knowledge here. Wealth of knowledge.
I got nothing. I'm just a messenger. Please.
Just a messenger. Just a messenger. Well, Mo is back. We also let's see, we got some stuff coming up as well. Whenever Gabe is ready, we can check out those new TopStepX risk features, which are super cool. We've already seen Mo use the temporary lockout. He did a little 15-minute lockout. And that's an excellent thing to do if you need a break. You can't trade. Take a lap around the house, touch some grass, whatever you got to do. Get some sun, just to refresh the mind for another trading.
You see that poll? 81% of traders admit to having trouble holding on to trades.
Holy moly.
I'd say that's actually low.
That is the most extreme I've ever seen, is 80-20.
Any poll, right?
And any poll. 80-20.
Yep.
Wow. Well, maybe that is some stuff that we can do in the near future. If traders really are having a hard time holding on to trades, maybe we can dedicate some resources to maybe describing how to do that. Maybe we can get some other opinions from traders. We have Deanna. She's a master holder at keeping trades.
Yeah.
She can really hold on for
and
a long
Marie
time.
as well.
And Marie, yep. Really good as well. I think I hold on to trades for too long, personally. I'm trying to shorten that up. Too many base hits turning into outs. Do not want that. Well, guess what? Still in the Dorito.
Sometimes the base hit takes longer than usual, but doesn't mean that, I found a lot of traders doing analysis on their data, their statistics, and they assess that the longer they hold a trade, for example, the bigger or the less the win rate. So technically this is true on the period of time, the window of time they assess the data, right? But you have no data telling you that it's going to be correct in the future as well. And so this doesn't mean, I'm in a trade. I've been in this trade for 2 hours. Statistically, when I hold a trade for more than 1 hour, it's 80% a win. So this is going to be a win. this is thinking red is a color that is true. You know, Santa is red, so Santa is real, is true. So it's a syllogism. It's a wrong way of thinking. Like it's a false parallelism. So be careful with your data as well. It doesn't mean I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm saying be careful with the data you assess. Holding trades is hard, but once you find it, why it is hard for you? Because there is a reason why it's hard, right? Is it because you're afraid of losing the profits? Is it because you're afraid of losing money actually if you get stopped out of the trade? Is it because of both? Is it because you're not used of the volatility? Then you should trade another asset. You know, there's multiple reasons you can dissect and make an analysis of why you feel this way. What do you feel first? Then why do you feel this way? And what you can work upon so you can improve, right? We are not robots, thankfully. We can grow and evolve. So whatever we feel, we can work on it.
Nice. That is awesome. Actually, Mrs. Dorito posed a really good question yesterday while we were walking to the gym. That is my wife, by the way, Mrs. Dorito. And she asked, for new traders, is trading in this environment, what are the benefits for a new trader to trade in this current environment, and what are the drawbacks? Mo, what do you think? What are the benefits and drawbacks? What are the benefits and drawbacks for a new trader trading these markets right now?
Oh, if you are a new trader, there is a lot of benefit. I mean, but the disadvantages are more actually. Anyone started at this situation will be having a hard time later on, whether he made money or he lost money. If he made money, he will think that trading all this way. If he lost money, he will find difficulty on being confident of himself. So if I are a new trader, don't count these days as part of your statistics. It's something that abnormal. Take it easy. Even if you lose, that's fine. It's totally fine to lose during this day if you're a new trader. If you made money, don't be cocky about it. It's starter luck, what they call it, starter luck, whatever.
Beginner's luck.
Usually they made money. You are trading out of fear. There is no fear. Yeah. So they will hold on loser and they will make a lot of money. Don't count these as a normal trading. So I wouldn't advise new trader to continue trading. Just learn from the experience, grab more information.
Well, that's good advice, and maybe like more respect for micros. You know, I think that might be beneficial because the volatility is so wide. I think we've seen a lot of traders switch from E-minis to micros. Maybe a little bit more respect for volatility because we are in unprecedented times of volatility. Yep. Speaking of volatility, you need ways to manage it. We got Gabe in the back with some new TopStepX risk features that you can use to help manage your risk in these volatile times. Gabe, you back there?
Oh, I'm back here. What's going on, everybody?
How's that steak? That looked pretty good, man. That was a cool review.
Oh, it's fantastic. It was
a great bit.
As James would say, it was incredible. It was a good time. They were great, man. We were trying to be reasonable about what we were spending, as you know, obviously it was TopStep, you know, covering the bill. So shout out to MP, but we wanted to just be mindful, right? You know, there was more expensive steaks. You know, there's like 32-ounce tomahawks and, you know, super, you know, Wagyu, dry aged, all this different stuff. But we went, you know, a little $90 fillet, some oysters, you know, so indulged ourselves enough to enjoy the meal and get some content. But yeah, it was a good time. It was
you could have went to the vending machine and got some sushi. I know they got those there, right?
See, I feel like if I would have done that, I would have probably had to be put up in the bathroom.
That was a great
for a while. Yeah, vending machine sushi. I don't trust. But
Like gas station sushi. But that drink did look good, Gabe. That drink
that old fashioned dude was just delicious. I probably could have had 3 or 4 more, but okay, for another day. But all right, so here we go. We have a TopStepX update that I wanted to point out. You've seen it for a couple days now, but I wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page of where to find these details. But TopStepX has released a symbol blocking feature in addition to allowing some customization on the trailing loss limit. So let me point out a couple brief kind of things in the platform real quick. So I'm going to take this down, switch over to my charts. We're going to go over to the gear wheel on the left-hand side. Now, in the risk settings tab, which is the tab that you get brought to by default when you go over to that gear icon above the TV, you're going to have the middle section of this area that's going to be for accessing your personal daily loss limit. So let's say I'm going to throw in a $500 personal daily loss. I want it to liquidate and block me if I want to prevent myself from taking any trades after that threshold's been met. And then I want to make sure I hit this little checkbox to enable the trailing feature. Now, it's going to trail the highest balance reached after enablement. Essentially, you get to customize now. Do you want it to follow you by your unrealized gains, so including any floating positions that you currently have open? Or do you want it to follow you off of closed positions, so the highest balance after a realized trade? So personally, my trading style, it would fit to have more of a realized trailing personal daily loss limit. But for some people, they prefer to have a unrealized. So that's something that you now get the ability to customize. And after that, the symbol blocking feature.
Order filled.
Save those settings for the personal daily loss limit. You can see it up top now. And I'm going to also block a couple symbols for myself. So I know darn well that I shouldn't be trading the Nasdaq or the S&P right now in terms of the E-minis. So I'm going to go ahead and click this box. I'm going to type in NQ. You can also type in the actual product itself, so the name Nasdaq, but let me just put in NQ, click on this, and it's going to go ahead and give me a little yellow button to add the block, and it's now been dropped down to its current symbol blocking feature or section. And then you just keep going. So, let's say I wanted to block a couple other features like ES. Maybe I wanted to block crude oil. Maybe I just wanted to block all the E-minis. And we love your feedback. So if you have, a desire to have us add anything, like maybe you want to just block an entire category, like anything E-mini related. So there should be some future revisions coming to this tool. But for right now, I think this is a great start to, prevent yourself from making any emotional decisions and going back to symbols that you shouldn't be trading. Primarily right now with the volatility, like we talked about, a lot of people are saying size down. So micros are a great way for you to be able to prevent yourself from, blowing up too quickly, giving yourself more time to survive, and ultimately, once again, just helping you build better discipline and better trading habits, which we're trying to help people do here.
Thank you, David.
Yeah. So that's I'm gonna hit save. What's up, Mo?
Can I stop you here for a minute?
Yeah.
Can
absolutely.
we have a feature? Maybe it's there to copy this settings to all accounts, because you have to do this one by one for each account.
For each one.
Maybe
Yeah,
if there's a button. Yeah, copy this to all accounts.
Yeah, that's a great button to add, Mo. I think that would be fantastic, because you're right. There are a lot of people, like I know yourself, that you typically have multiple, express funded accounts active at one time, or a couple trading combines in the works at a time. So remember, you can have up to 5 express funded accounts active at once. So if you wanted to be able to copy those settings to all, I think that would be a great feature. So yeah, let's add
and
that
also
to the
maybe
feedback.
you can create a template. You can create a template as well, so you save it. If this combine goes away, so you just import that template to whatever you want for a new account.
Right. Yeah, that makes total sense. I would love that.
Hey, Gabe,
so let me go ahead and yeah, what's up, Eddie?
Before you do that, I was going to say a lot of suggestions coming in. If you got a couple seconds, show us where we can put those suggestions on our TopStepX.
Yes.
We got a lot of new people here.
That is a great point. So let me go ahead and lock these risk settings for the day so that I cannot change these after I put the symbol lock and the personal daily loss limit in place. So now I can't change that until the end of the day. And then if you are new, you have a question mark underneath the TV icon. And from here, you're going to go to the feature voting up feature voting is just the default place. We obviously have our teams focused on keeping an eye on these, and you can create a new post. So you can decide, hey, I don't see anything that I like. If I searched and I looked for, what I was trying to suggest and I couldn't find it, nobody's suggested it before, I would go ahead and hit this create a new post. Obviously, log in so that way you can get some credit for the feature suggestion down the road. But regardless, you can look at the trending, feature suggestions that we've had so far. Obviously, third-party indicators, custom scripts are on the way, as MP said. But you have the top suggested, and you would simply just hit this little up arrow or the down arrow on the right where it produces the number, this little column here of how many votes it's actually received. And you can add your vote to that particular feature request. So I think that that's a great place to kind of keep an eye on if you're looking for anything specific. We have a lot of great features coming down the road, so keep an eye on things. But yeah, to answer your question, Eddie, and those in chat, this is where you would go to provide some feedback for us.
Thanks, Gabe.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to Hogue, and we'll get back to the markets. I'll see you guys in a little bit for some news.
Thanks, Gabe.
Oh, Dolby's back.
I'm back.
There he is.
I'm just not on screen yet. I'm just in the ether right now. But I can still talk and hang out. And, yep.
Look how symmetrical that volume profile is.
It's the most Dorito-y Dorito and most volume profile-y profile we have seen in a while. It's like perfectly even, beautiful curve. This is what distribution looks like, Hogue. Huh? Is that not the most beautiful volume profile you've ever seen?
It's what balance looks like, that's for sure.
The market is in balance. How perfect. And we're feeling it. Those lows get bought, the highs get sold, and we are in the middle right now. In the middle.
So maybe it's the right time for me to recap after my break. I did draw the analysis again. I come up with the same thing almost. I removed some things. So how did I do today? What I have done? I sold at an interesting area that I was waiting for at the extreme of the range, and the trade was going fine. No fill of my target. Maybe my target was a bit more, should be lower. Market goes to the stop loss and go. So this is an A+ trade. Loss? No, I made some money in it. Then I took a nice long here after testing the chop area. This test should continue. In my book, in my back testing, but it didn't. It went to my target a little bit. In this one, I didn't make any money in this one. So it's an A+ loss trade. Then I bought even better than the entry price. I didn't bought at 93. I bought at my average was at 70. That was my stop. Now the question: what could I do better in those three trades? In the first one, there is nothing better that I can do. I did exactly the best that I can do. I exit with a profit. In this one, nothing that I can do. Maybe I could trail my stop to point of entry, but that's against my rule. If I didn't take the profit, I don't trail my stop. In this one, the market even goes 3 times my stop. And not only that, they trap the low one more time. So there's nothing that I can do in this trade. Nothing. So in summary, I did a 3 A+ trade. Didn't make money on them, the total. So that means there's nothing wrong on my analysis, nothing more wrong in my execution. It's the market is not adapting to my strategy. Would that continue? I don't know. This is a chop day. This is maybe a reason. Why should I call it a day? Before I call it a day, I will take only one more trade. If it's an A+ and I lost it, I will look for the day. And that's the decision that I make after coming off the break. You cannot make this decision if you keep trading. You cannot. You have to think and sit down. So my decision, I will take an A+ trade. If it works, I will continue. If it doesn't work, I will call it a day.
Yeah. Mo, what I really liked about what you said there is that you're not going to judge yourself for having a red day, but we can judge ourselves for not following our process. That is all we really truly have control over is our process. And that is it. We get to pick our entries
Exactly, and
we get to pick when we exit. Yeah, Jerome, go ahead.
exactly. And this is also a topic we'll go through on Wednesday. Compassionate self-talk shift. So it's about reframing your inner voice. We already talked about self-esteem a while ago, but instead of saying, for example, let's say you trade and you have chain losses, you could easily tell yourself, I always mess this up. But instead of telling I always mess this up, you could tell this is the part I'm still learning. You know, it's harder to tell yourself this, but it creates a shift in the mind. One advice I always say on Euro Wednesdays, and I always tell myself in life and in trading, what would you say to a friend who experienced what you did? And what would your future consistent self would do? For example, Mo, what would the future, you're already consistent, but let's say in the future you are a bear consistent Mo, what would he do? You know, ask yourself this. I ask myself, for example, what would I do in the future? And I can relate and reflect, and then I can think differently. And taking the habit of making this shift will make you evolve, you know, day after day. And then you can focus on technicals, because trading is technicals and psychology. The thing is, we face ourselves every day. We face our thinking and feelings. And in trading, you are paid to be reactive. You are not paid to think. The thing is, we have brains. So correct me if I'm wrong, Hog, in my approach, but we have brains, so we think, and we have bodies, and we feel. And the brain produces feelings as well. So we need to understand how the kinetic of them, you know, how they behave and how they move, their flows, so you can not shut them down, but go with their flows, have your own flow, and then focus on technicals and focus on trading. And this is the issue institutional bankers have as well. That is why they need trading psychologists like Dr. Steinbarger. Your issues is different because most of them, they have their boss saying, "Oh, put your emotions aside, keep them at home, and you're here to make P&L." So they have a different approach. For example, in therapy, I've had a lot of patients who had a PTSD or depression because of finance stress and pressure, and we don't face them at the same height or intensity, but I can completely relate. You know, I can relate why they face this. And Dolby, Mrs. Dorito ask what would be the benefits and bad points of weeks like that. It has a lot of benefits, but way more bad points, and you can be traumatized whether you are a novice or experienced trader by weeks like that. It's traumatizing. I mean, this can make you or break you. I mean, at any time, but even more, right? And it's very dangerous. So yeah.
Well, Jerome, thank you for those insights there. We do have YouTube's new favorite child and child star, Aaron Luce, who now has his own segments. Our man, Aaron, what is up? Oh, you got him? You just flew in, Eddie.
Can you guys?
Hello, Aaron. How are you doing?
Hey, Aaron.
Good, thank you. How are you guys doing?
We're looking at a very, very range-bound market. Maybe your gold has a little bit more juice today than the indices do. Speaking of which, you have started your own show, 1:30 a.m. CT, Aaron, and you are trading the gold. How is that going?
Been good. It's been good. We just started this week. We're doing 7 till 9 a.m. London time. So I think in the first and second call, we had about 660 people tuning in, which was absolutely incredible. People from New Zealand, Australia, Europe, some of you guys in the US staying up at like 1 a.m., which is good. You guys in the US are staying up till 1 a.m. So it's 1 a.m. here for me in Australia. So I had to do the same and come in and tune in and say hello. But it's been, an awesome week so far. Gold has been absolutely incredible. Much quieter today, but incredible week on gold. Good start to the show for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. You definitely got the volatility you needed for an entertaining show. Now, it sounds like you're doing a full 2 hours. Are you doing that solo, or do you have guests on as well?
So far, it has been solo. And we're not just, just talking about gold the whole time. We've been talking a lot about trading psychology. Although I personally do mainly just execute on gold, we're still breaking down all other markets as well for the guys. Been looking at Nasdaq, ES as well, a little bit of oil and copper. So yeah, a bit of everything. But a lot of what I do in the European session is just what I say to the guys is, just be happy with taking a smaller piece out of the market. So I've been showing a lot of my funded accounts here on TopStep, showing the consistency and just helping out more than just actually trading live. So it's a very well impact show. There's lots going on, lots to cover, but it's been good so far. It's been very good.
Well, Aaron, I got to say, you're getting some excellent compliments in chat about your show. And as someone who was on TV quite a bit, doing 2 hours by yourself is incredibly impressive. So that is awesome that you were able to get on there and just rattle off 2 hours and have still everybody love you at the same time. That is not easy to do. Did you happen to see the House Accounts gold trade this morning?
I actually didn't. Did you guys get long again? Because I know gold's been a little bit choppier today.
What happened? Is there news, Eddie? Hot biscuit?
Is there
no biscuits here? Nothing hot here, but I do see that we do have that little rally here, a little pullback right now. But Muslim's still speaking here, and Williams is here. We go. Here's a biscuit for you. Williams, I was saying, is speaking here. Tariffs will boost inflation between 3.5 and 4% this year. Once again, here, Fed's Williams, tariffs will boost inflation to between 3.5 and 4% this year.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I've got. Back to you guys.
Sorry to interrupt. We had the spike that surprised.
Good call. Good call, Jerome. No, it
was a great call. I mean, I have a 30-second candle here, and that went from 18,400 up to 18,575. So any stops less than 175 points, probably did not enjoy that much. But hope you're all trading micros.
Let me try that.
Hope, do you want to cover that gold trade for Aaron? I think I'm
order filled.
This is one of the best gold trades we've ever taken on the for gold opening range trade.
Sure.
Nice.
So, Aaron, it's nice to see you. Nice to talk to you. I'm hearing wonderful things about your show, which is fantastic. So, Aaron, regular trading hours in gold, regular U.S. trading hours are at 7:20 to 7:20. Order filled. We took what we call an opening range breakout trade. I'm sure you've probably heard it or seen it. So when the market opened at 7:20, it broke above the opening range, which is right here on this yellow line here. The opening range was about 30 ticks. So for 40 ticks of risk, when it breaks out the high of the opening range, you go long, which I liked because I think, gold, we put in a new all-time high in the overnight session over here, right? So I don't think that those are going to be lasting highs. So we took the long and we held on to it until we broke out above the overnight high, put in the all-time high in the regular trading hour session, and got out. So the opening range trade breakout was 32.3670, and we got out at 32.5780 with a 211 tick winner, 21.10 in profit, and it's really just kind of fallen into range from that point forward. So that was the opening range trade, and it's a low probability trade, Aaron. It doesn't work this well often, but when it does, you don't know how much you're going to make on it. If you get into an opening range trade and you end up in a trend day for the whole day, it can just be wildly successful. So for 40 ticks of risk, 211 ticks of reward, done, no problem.
So the volume on gold has been huge, and anyone who trades gold, a 200 tick move in a couple of candles is in normal times huge. That's what.
Yeah.
That's the thing with gold recently. I guess the biggest thing that I've been saying on our London show this week is, since from Wednesday onwards, with gold being so bullish, I don't want to say it's been easy, but the bias has been easier with it just, coming so close to all-time highs. It's like, I have no desire to even attempt to even consider shorts. So with shorts completely out of the cards and, only having a bullish bias, it makes you your life a lot easier when you jump onto charts. Okay, well, I'm not really interested in, trying to take the small shorts. I want to be right following the markets. I want to be right trying to go long. So it's just been so nice this week, just been continuing their buys and hitting all-time highs in the overnight session. And then I just saw you guys hitting it again. Is beautiful. Good to see more people getting into gold as well. It's been phenomenal.
So how do you look at these at gold? I mean, what kind of tools are you using to gauge the auction process? I'd like to hear a little bit about your analysis of gold.
I honestly, gold's probably one of the only instruments where I do just use pure price action. I use a lot of very simple breakout levels as well. I find gold is one of the rare instruments where it can move very, very simple. Something as simple as just, having simple breakouts of like a nice support and resistance level. And the biggest thing for me is having clear targets. Like I love to know where gold needs to tap into. So for your buy there, which was amazing, you had overnight highs for you guys. There's a beautiful target. You had a nice breakout and you're simply following the momentum. That's one of the biggest things with gold, is just not trying to fight it, because if you try and fight gold, you try and trade against what gold's going to do, it can squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and stop you out. So simple price action, following breakouts and having clear targets, and pretty much just I use, like the guys probably saw this week, I use very much just a naked chart. I use some other tools, like I draw my zones just so the guys can see it, but I love to get good at just reading pure price action on gold. And that's, that's mainly on the 30-minute. I would say 30-minute and 15 is kind of where I try and pick my direction. And then I'll use the 5-minute just to execute. Because when I first started trading gold and started day trading gold, when I would open my charts and go straight to the 5-minute, it would chop me up like crazy. And okay, cool, the 5-minute isn't the one for gold. So I get my direction and my confirmation on the 30-minute and sometimes 15. As soon as I have, my breakout on the 30-minute, then, I'm dropping down to the 5-minute and seeing if I can follow the momentum there. So kind of pretty simple-ish approach. Biggest thing for me is just getting good at just executing. If I see gold setting up, like I just want to be able to execute well.
So how did you kind of come into this little technique that you're using, and just using pure clear charts, which I love?
Yep.
And how did you kind of come across this strategy, because it seems to be working well for you?
Yeah, I mean, just time, to be honest. I've used a wide range of different tools on gold before. And I'm just kind of, again, it just comes down to, I guess, how people trade and how their personality
Order
is.
filled.
It's like, if I have, loads of different, let's say, indicators or different confluences on my chart, and this is just me personally, I find that I would just think too much. And if I think too much, I know that's what's going to make me hesitate, and that's what's going to make me miss the good opportunities. And then that's what usually sends me on tilt. So if I can just get good at reading just a naked chart, and as again, I also find gold is very, very repeatable in the way it moves. Like I find it follows the same patterns over and over again. So if I can get good at understanding them and be able to read, a naked chart, my execution is just so much better. And that's the biggest thing for me. I don't need the most complex technical plan. What I do need is good execution and be able to get out when I'm wrong pretty quick. And that's what works well for me.
Thank you.
I'm looking for a short in here.
Oh, nice.
Looking for a short. So
I knew you
strong
were.
red candle.
Order filled.
Strong red candle in here. After this nice trap up 86, just show me strong red candle and the follow through. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. keep taking stops. Yeah, this is what I want. I want to see him taking stops for the sellers and then go down.
Yep. We can do a little walk through here through some of these markets. I know, Mo, you're looking for that short. Most of these markets are pretty much chilling. Crude at 60. Yes, 52.80 right in the middle. Gold is starting to bid a little bit higher, 32.52. So that one kind of isn't an uptrend. Any copper traders? Copper's doing good. We're still waiting on Mo to get filled. Bitcoin. We haven't talked about Bitcoin in a while. Just hovering around 82,000. It's also range bound. Pretty wicked price spike and drop in that market. And the 10-year note sold off quite a bit since the last time we checked. I wish we had Jack back here. He's still working on the power thing, but trading at 109 right now. It's trading at 110s earlier in the day. So the 10-year note is selling off. Hop back to those Nasdaq, trading at 18,415, still stuck in the Dorito. This might be one of the strongest Doritos we have seen in a while. Any trades today? How'd you trade this week, Aaron? Did you have a good day? I mean, gold was crazy.
Yeah, I had a good week. I massively reduced my risk though, because gold has just been, in an Asian session moving like 500 ticks, which sounds all well and good, but at the same time, if you're on the wrong side of that, it's not good. So very good green week, but I decided to drop down to micros this week, massively reduce the size. But all in all, yeah, good week, great week on gold. Today's a little bit quieter. This week's been great buying gold into all-time highs, and then as you start to approach all-time highs, I was a little bit more cautious today. So I took about 250 today, and I've been very, very relaxed today. Nice. I have more of a step back today for sure.
What's your usual trade size?
I usually just stick to one mini. I copy across 4 TopStep accounts, so one per account, and that's usually what works well for me. Because, even trading at one mini on gold, if you go for a 50+ tick move at $10 per tick, like you get your $300 to $500. So I'm always happy with that. I say to guys, just get that consistently, and then consider upping the size later down the line. But even just one contract on gold consistently is more than enough.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so how many micros are you trading? Like just like 5, maybe half a mini?
Yeah, I was 5, sometimes down to even 2 if the stops had to be so big. But yeah, mainly 5 this week. It was very, very volatile.
What's your normal stop for an E-mini in gold compared to what you were using for micros? Like, how much wider did your stops have to be?
So in like a European session, I'm usually cutting my trades at maybe 15, 20 ticks max. In these markets, some stops in a London session have been like 50 to 70. Like it's been more than double, because the volume's this week's just been incredible. So yeah, more than double, which I kind of said to the guys, if you're used to trading a 50 tick range in the London session, but we're now moving like 200 tick ranges, and you don't accept that and adjust your risk, before you know it, you're over leveraged, you can get into some sticky situations. So yeah, at least halving my size has been good.
Yeah, my wife, Mrs. Dorito, posed this question: are there any benefits to new traders to start trading in these markets in particular?
Is that a question for me? Sorry.
Oh yes, that's for you. Yes.
Sorry, any benefits to starting trading in these markets?
For a new trader, yeah. Let's say you're a new trader who started trading a month ago. Any benefits or drawbacks to be trading this volatility?
Drawbacks, I would say, don't think that this is the norm. I was saying to the guys, like, 200+ ticks on gold in a London session is all well and good, but don't expect that to be around forever. So keep your expectations realistic, and just be comfortable with trading smaller size. And it's not the time to go all in with massive size. It's the time to be much more reactive and much more. I think a lot of people see these huge moves, goes, yeah, this is fantastic. Which if you're on the right size, of course, on the right side, it is. But at the same time, if you're on the wrong side, a lot of people are getting wiped out. So even if you guys are even surviving, the past like 2 weeks in all markets, you're doing something right.
Yeah. I mean, that's really good advice. It is just absolutely insane here. Nasdaq still not moving a whole lot. Still stuck in the range.
I took the short.
Oh, let's go, Mo.
Took a short.
We got
an A+. I was waiting for this. I didn't take it once I call it. I didn't take it. I didn't get that red candle that I want. The market rallied up to there. They make some trap there. They got rejected from there. I took my short around this area. My stop is at 18,445. My entry was at 18,394. I'm about to take some profit around 42 and 29, 300. Come on, don't you mean
take it at the streets.
Don't go to my target and
Mo, in the meantime, I'm gonna let Aaron get out of here. It is midnight where he is at. Aaron, thank you so much for staying up late. And we should honestly stay up late, return the favor, and watch your show.
Absolutely.
At 1:30.
Aaron,
1 a.m. 1 a.m. Central.
1 a.m. Yes. And Aaron, you're going to be with us here Monday, opening call.
Yes, I'll be back on. Yeah, I'll be back on Monday at 7:30 your guys' time. I'll see you guys Monday as well. I'll see you guys in the London session.
Thank you, Boston.
Nice to meet you guys as well. And anyone just want to tune in, I'll see you guys on the London stream.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yes, we will. Everybody, check them out. Aaron, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. It's already the weekend.
Thank you guys.
You're already part.
Have
a good one. Sleep well.
Talk to you guys soon. Cheers, guys.
Trade well.
See you guys.
All right. That was Aaron Luce, who now has his own brand new show at 1 a.m. Central, the London Open. He is a master gold trader, as well as a very smart and very nice guy.
Order
also
filled.
Does some killer trading retreats as well. But let's get back to this trade here. Mo is not done with the Nasdaq.
Yeah, I took some profit. I took about 4 at 40s. I was putting for the 5th at 29, but no fill. So I'm fighting this market with my targets.
It feels like it's just pulling up short on everything. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. Doesn't want to extend highs or lows. It wants to get like a couple ticks away from it and then a reverse. And the range is just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. We cannot get out of this Dorito. It's trying to make the most beautiful.
Ranges
Yep.
Yeah.
Narrow.
I have no risk in this trade.
Narrow.
I have no risk.
Disagree.
I stop
Nice
at
job.
point of entry, so took half of the profit. This is hard, man. This is
It's
very
a hard day, man. It's a hard day.
I cannot put my stop up there now after seeing this trap below. They just trap and come back. So I will just manage the risk in the trade, and that's it.
You know what? Hats off to you for trying, Mo. You're trying to get some. You're executing your plan. in
Order
the
filled.
market. And that is a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks to the market, they didn't take me out of my stop. So I give
For
you
once,
that.
Yeah. Throwing you a bone, Mo. Throwing you a bone. Ooh, there's a announcement here from Eddie that I can read off in chat, confirming that the freeze experienced was due to velocity logic. Because the markets are so volatile, the CME pauses order matching for 5 seconds. It happened in all platforms. Yo, we are trading in some unprecedented times. So your charts might be behaving a little bit weird, but the data it's tough. It is tough out there. When the liquidity gets thin, the charts can start doing some weird things. And with some thin markets like the Nasdaq, that's moving real fast. It's not going to be the same stuff that you expected when you were trading, 3 months ago. It's not the same stuff.
Yeah, 29, show me 29. 29 will take 1. Come on.
Let's go, Mo. Jerome.
Is it happening to me only or everybody?
Jerome. Get the Jerome chance
How did
out
the
there.
market know that? Yeah, I get
Jerome.
29 now. There's our red line trend that we talk about this morning. It's respected here. Now we are at it now. So it's a good idea to take some profit also. At 16. Should I trail the stop? No, I'm not trailing the stop. I will not trailing the stop.
I'm not using my Jerome energy. I need it for tonight.
I took what I need from this trade. So let's see if I get what I want from this.
Well, Mo, if it breaks down, you are sitting pretty. You are sitting very, very pretty.
I'm only short 4 out of 10, so.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is Friday, Capital Preservation Friday, after the craziest week in the history of finance, economy, and stock market. So
easily.
Whatever
Do you know,
happened
Jerome,
during
what
your
time
week or
is
your
it
day,
now?
if you what did you say?
What time is it now?
Hit the lucky like button time.
Yeah, it's the time for the like button, guys. It's only 800.
go.
Come on.
Here you go.
Come on,
And it's
800.
time to
All
get
this
1,000.
effort that I'm doing.
It's time to lock
I look my
yourself out
expenses
as well.
15 minutes, took a break, coming back.
Exactly.
Only 800 likes. Come on, we deserve more.
What?
At least get 1,000. We can at least get 1,000. What's up? MP's in chat. Our fearless leader.
Come on,
He
guys.
had some
We
good
are
trades this
preparing
week.
a great neuro course for Wednesday. We can have 1,000 likes. Do it for us at least. I'm gonna spend the whole weekend working on content for you guys. So if you don't do it for Mo, do it for me, but do it for Mo as well. So hit the like button.
Definitely need to hit the like button here. Not a whole lot of news coming up.
I don't have a YouTube channel, so do it for TopStep. Don't do it for me. Give the like to TopStep.
I have a
Soon,
YouTube
Jerome.
channel. Don't do it for me.
Soon, Jerome, you will be world famous if you're not already.
Yes.
No, please no. I don't want.
Yes. You won't even be able to walk the streets in France, Jerome. We're gonna make you so famous.
I want to walk out
Everyone's-
from here, so
Everyone's
that's
going to be
concern.
coming to you to help fix their mind and brain. And we got Market Stalker D in chat. Hello. Euro Wednesday during Euro Trade will be lit.
Yeah.
Good millennial slang right there.
Did I get disconnected?
You did not.
I
You
have
were
to
still
go to
here.
bed. I have to go to bed early so I can get up early and watch that live.
Yes.
Flat in the trade. Flat.
Oh, it's
I
flat.
made
All right.
600.
Oh,
Made
nice job,
600.
Mo. Nice little base hit there.
Could made more. Could make more, but you know. Jab, jab,
Could
jab.
is a dangerous word in this market.
Yeah, you could do everything.
Yeah. A lot of heavy lifting there. And then we do have some announcements coming up. Eddie, if you are ready, do have some announcements.
Yes, we do here. Let me just up on the camera. And yes, let's talk about this thing we call the new TopStep dashboard. Now, every day we're letting more and more traders into the new TopStep dashboard experience. And patiently, you could be next. Yes, we're going to be opening up this opportunity for everybody very soon. Some of the cool things that we've got on there is a lot of people have been requesting, hey, can I bank my resets? Well, yes, you can. You can bank your resets for future use. Keep them in there when you need them. Real-time stats. Put a trade on, fill it up, and it'll be on your dashboard. Instant Express funded account activation. A lot of people asking for that. Instant payout deductions. And one of the cool things here is we can add as we like from suggestions, okay? So also, if you've heard, a rumor going around here, the invitations come with a 25% discount on any size trading combine. 25% discount on any size trading combine, and it's good for up to 5 accounts. So we've got the link here. We're going to put the link here, drop the link into chat, and sign up for the wait list. If you haven't already done so, now this is currently only available for traders in the United States, but soon this dashboard, as I mentioned, will be available to all. Now, if you are outside the U.S., all right, please sign up also. All right, you can still sign up to secure your spot for the new TopStep dashboard experience. So the link is, we're going to put that link, there it is. It is on top of the chat. Thank you very much. New dashboard early access. Also yesterday, if you were sleeping under a rock, you missed something really cool. You missed it. Brett Steenbarger, AMA, trading psychologist and author. Dr. Brett was with us yesterday, came by the clubhouse and to give us tips on how you can master your mindset. He and Hogue went deep for an hour on all the questions that you wanted answered from the top trading psychologist. And we're going to be dropping that link. We got that ready to go from a YouTube, and we got the link. We're going to put the link in the box. There you go. Put that link in the box here. And if you missed it, check it out. If you want to see it again, by all means, for your viewing pleasure. Also, as we just had here, we had Aaron Luce on with us here, and he's been taking over that London Open. We have moved that to 1 a.m. Central Time, and he'll be back bright and early Monday morning for, hey, London close also. Everything's going off here. We got a London close here in about 5 minutes. He'll be with us here with opening call. I'm excited to have him with us there. And, well, when Aaron's done, don't forget here, stick around there. Deanna trades every Monday through Thursday at 3:30 a.m. for the Euro trade. And coming up Wednesday, we're going to be having Jerome on there to have a nice little clinic for us also. Mark your calendars, and I think that's all I've got. And I'm going to pass this back to Dolby Time. Back to you, my brother.
Eddie, thank you so much. Nice new glasses there. I think I've noticed those. Some new, new glasses.
You look smart.
What's up?
I don't know. Do I look handsome?
Well, of course you look handsome, Eddie. Of course you do.
You don't need them to look handsome.
Always,
you already are.
You don't need glasses to be handsome.
Sounds like our fearless leader might be joining us for the last half hour here. So that's going to be pretty fun. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
Anybody think that this is not a chop day? Just tell me. This is the definition of the chop day.
Yes.
Talking about that, we can go through types of day if you want.
Well, we're going to have MBT
that
on
earlier, Mo.
Pretty soon.
We called that range day early.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. I mean, Hogue is going to take a picture of this volume profile and put it on his refrigerator. It's so perfect.
Gaussian bell curve.
It is the belliest of bell curves. We cannot make a higher high or a lower low. We are doing lower highs and higher lows. Definition of a wedge or a Dorito pattern, whichever you want to describe it. We are seeing declining volume here, though, on the Nasdaq.
I like the short here. I like the short
back
here.
to the well. Let's go.
Like the short. I need the higher pullback to the 67. Maybe I will limit up. 67. Okay, I'm short now. TYA at 400. Oh, what's happening?
Man, getting wiggly, Mo.
Yep.
We got news, Eddie?
You know what? It's nothing new here. Just we had that Fed Williams speaking. That's about it, unless something hits the wire here any second. But I am not seeing any cold biscuits, warm biscuits, or hot biscuits. Oh, hold on a second.
I'm out.
U.S. and Ukraine reopened talks on the minerals deal. This is coming from the New York Times. I'm going to say that's a lukewarm biscuit right now, but really shouldn't have been moved the market here. But coming from NYT, New York Times. Back to you, Dolby Time.
I think, Eddie, that's a good piece of news there. We have not heard about the Ukraine mineral deal in a while. That was bigger news about